Is Britain broken? It's about to be the new national catchphrase, but let me just save you the suspense. It's not a question, it's a sales pitch. It's not even a very good one, but it's being used to sell you a version of Britain instead of acting on how to fix it.
Britain is indeed broken. She is suffering. She is not well.
Let me ask you folks, is Britain broken? That's not what Kemi Badenoch thinks.
Because the question isn't there to help. It's not going to shorten NHS wait times. It's not going to get your trains running or your rent lowered or your town centre feeling alive again. It's not going to give you a shared sense of home. It's just there to get you emotionally subscribing to a political identity without ever delivering on the country that you were promised. It's just there to distract us from what's actively being dismantled by ideological vanity, by politicians who label instead of listen to your concerns, by lawmakers who protect criminals more than citizens, by educators who mistake disruption for enlightenment, by a culture that no longer connects poverty to population strain or emotional well-being to moral confusion, by people who have stopped seeing Britain as a home. And when you dismantle something slowly enough, you can convince people living through it that it's just progress. And as the cost of living rises, as the stats get worse on crime, housing, schools, the NHS, infrastructure, animal welfare, taxes, faith, the soul of our towns, the people selling us this question are the exact same ones who broke it.
Are we the baddies?
Because no one party governs alone, no matter who has the majority. So is Britain broken? For some people, saying yes makes you sound enlightened, like you're in the know, like you're someone who has seen behind the curtain and knows the ending. To others, saying yes makes you just sound like a doom spiraler who only wants to see cultural collapse. But try saying no? Oh, so you're fine with everything, and you think that potholes build character, and you love Coldplay headlining everything. You must be a Tory shill, a sellout, a Delulu optimist, a blind patriot clapping while everything burns.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
There is no safe answer anymore, because it's not even a question. Because the more I thought about it, the more I realised it's just another slogan and it's just another phrase. Because that's all politics is now, sales. And Is Britain Broken is about to be the biggest pitch to us all, because this year, every single party is about to sell us their vision without any requirements as to deliver on what is promised. Because politics is just a subscription model wrapped in marketing spin where you never get the product and you're emotionally gaslit into renewing it anyway. Everything is just branding now, even the collapse. They're not running the country, they're marketing it.
What quality would make you a good sales associate?
Selling you an image of Britain that they'll never actually deliver. And you're just buying into a brand identity. A carefully curated pitch that looks good on leaflets and sounds really nice in a press clip. Kemi says no, Jenrick says yes, Reform sells the collapse, Tory sell the comeback, and Labour sells some graphic design, I don't know. And you're not being spoken to, you're just being sold to. And yes, I do think that politics is always involved with sales, but in this social media world, it just feels like everything is sales now. But who's actually cashing in? Because let's say you emotionally subscribe to a politician's vibe, even if you buy their slogan and the pitch and the colour palette and their I'm listening face they make on a podcast or on LBC, what exactly are they incentivized to deliver? Because if you play the long game, if you stay in the game for 15, 20, 25 years and you keep your head down, you don't rock the boat, you make all the right friends, you get the Lords and the book deal and the board seat and the consultancy contract and the lifetime of soft power. The rewards aren't tied to what you achieve anymore. They're tied to how well you sell it. Because sometimes it feels like politics isn't about public service. It's about personal branding for long-term career gain. You're not rewarded for delivering change. You're rewarded for staying relevant, stable, and marketable.
Money, please!
Which is exactly why everything feels stuck. And the more you realize how much is just pure sales, you begin to notice that we're not even being the ones sold to anymore, because the branding of Britain, the speeches, the investment pitches, the cultural PR fluff, it's not even really for us, is it? It's for the global stage. because we're selling Britishness to the world as a product, as a lifestyle, as a diplomatic trade-off. And if you, the person who lives here, says, hang on, I don't feel like I recognize this place anymore, suddenly you're treated like you are the problem. But somehow it's absolutely fine to bow to foreign governments and corporate interests, to appease embassies and sign away land and outsource everything but our weather. British politics just feels like that cursed Willy Wonka immersive experience in Glasgow. I don't know if you remember it, but they promised magic, they charged full price, and they promise you chocolate rivers and a world of imagination. And then they hand you a completely fabricated AI-generated character called the Unknown who leaves you totally traumatized. And instead of a refund, they gaslight you into joining the next immersive experience. I mean, that's basically where we are now. Tell me that that's not British politics. Because is Britain broken isn't a question about facts. It's a test on the future of what you fantasize about. And that's where I think this whole broken debate kind of falls apart, because we don't even agree on what Britain was supposed to be. You can't call something broken if no one even really agrees on the blueprint, because most of us feel adrift, most of us feel exhausted, or just feel like something's off, but no one's telling the truth. Because instead of saying, we know how to fix this, we're being encouraged to pick a side, throw a slogan at the other side, and declare spiritual warfare over which version of Britain that we want. It's just a soft civil war, and I don't know about you, but I feel like we are one crisis away from cracking it all open, because people won't stay patient forever. They'll start to seek out parties who offer that clarity, who point to exactly what's broken, exactly who broke it, and exactly how they'll fix it. And more importantly, they're not afraid to say it. And when that happens, we can't be shocked when radical voices rise on all sides, because the parties who built their brand on collapse will be left behind.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because it's the politicians who don't learn the context of history who are doomed to repeat it. British politics depends on us not noticing that we're the ghosted ex in this relationship. They're not courting your ideas, they're praying that you stay checked out long enough to hand over your vote and move on. Or in the case of the last general election, just not vote at all. And what's even more worrying is that they're selling the idea that sometimes democracy means less democracy. Shutting people out of voting by accident or design, I don't know, is just an unfortunate side effect. That fixing a bloated system is making it even more difficult to enact change. And any party whose fix isn't transparency, clear principles, and actual public dialogue, not scripted dialogue, not vague sound bites, recycled slogans, or posturing or anti-engagement, they're not selling solutions. They're selling the collapse. So is Britain broken? Probably. But honestly, I don't even think that's the most important question in this. Because when collapse is a marketing pitch, and identity is inflated to the point of global vibes, and politics is just a carousel of slogans, the real question is, what version of Britain are we even trying to save? And who's actually building it? Let me know what you think below. Do you think that Britain is broken? Yes, no, maybe, probably, you don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me anything that you think about this topic, and let me know if you believe there is any politician who can fix it if you think this is broken. But as always, do think about giving me a like and subscribe. It really does help me out, and thank you so much.